trying to pray, but then I'm also getting very distracted. I don't know what's happening. Birth with Carter was just a lot smoother. So we were at the doctor's appointment, and I started having contractions, and my doctor checked me, and she was like, "You're at a 5. I think you should go to the hospital now." So my contractions weren't like that intense. They actually felt pretty light, but she was like, "Nope, I want you to go ahead and go." I am gonna stop and get something to eat first because I have not eaten all day. Contractions are like 5-6 minutes apart, and I haven't had one. Honestly, this has been the biggest break that I've had. This is like 8 minutes since I've had a contraction. But that's honestly normal for me because I remember timing my contractions with Carter, and they were very inconsistent. Sometimes they'd be 5, sometimes they'd be 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3. Like, they jumped all over the place. I think my body's just the type that doesn't have constant or consistent contractions, like on a time schedule. I don't know. But anyways, that's what today is, and we may be going home with some babies today. Okay, so we have been admitted. Okay. We've been admitted to the hospital. I am all hooked up with monitors and monitoring contractions and heartbeats. I've been poked to get an IV line started and poked for blood work, and I forgot how much you get poked when you give birth. So that's, yeah. The high risk OB doctor came in and did an ultrasound just to make sure that both babies were still head down, and they are, which is good. And they said, like, I'm considered high risk because I'm 36 weeks with twins, and they wouldn't consider me high risk if it was 37, but because I'm 36, they're just taking precautions and stuff. The babies are moving well, and because they are moving so much, that's what's making it hard to keep track of their heart rates or heartbeats. It reminds me of Avery, because Avery was the same way. Like, I remember us being in the hospital and they were just like, "Ooh, she's moving so much. She's such a drama queen." And Carter just wasn't like that. Like, Carter was just very chill, very calm. When they put the heart rate monitor on, they didn't have to move it around a lot. But with my girls, they have to move it around a lot. So that's actually kind of funny to me. As much as I was like kind of over being pregnant and kind of wanted to, go into labor and just get these babies out, at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I really want them out. I don't know if I really want to go through this birthing process. You have anxiety when you're pregnant to make sure that the babies are safe and are okay. You have anxiety when you're giving, birth, because you want them to be okay. But then it's like there's a whole other level of anxiety that comes when they're actually outside of the womb and you're trying to protect them and keep them safe from germs and whatnot. So, hi.
I'm gonna adjust your monitors here so you can get two different babies on there that were saying they run really close.
No problem.
Let's see, let's turn 2 over.
Update is that it has been how many hours, babe? 3? 2 hours, and I'm still at a 5. And so my doctor doesn't want me to go home, but I'm also, and although I'm still contracting, my body's really not progressing like that. So I try to go walk. I guess if I get the approval that I can go walk, then I'm gonna go walk. But I'm hoping to progress so that we can break the water and get things progressing. labor has not stalled, but I have not gotten any bigger or dilated anymore from 5. So I'm gonna go walk around the hospital floor and see if that helps me dilate some more. So here we go. So after walking, I progressed to a 6, which is what we wanted, was progression. And so my doctor suggested to get the epidural, break my water, so that my contractions can, I guess, speed up, come closer together. I was always gonna get the epidural anyway, so that's not a problem. It was just very overwhelming. I ended up crying because there was my 2 nurses that were, here, and then there was 2 anesthesiologists, and it just felt very overwhelming. Like, I got poked again in my right hand to try and get an IV. The one that was in my, poked in my right hand twice. The IV that was in my left arm was hurting, so got that taken out, and then they put one in my left hand, and it was just a lot of poking, and then it was the poking from the epidural, and it just overwhelmed me emotionally to where I cried. I mean, I feel the epidural, it feels very tingly. My body's itching, which is a side effect of an epidural, but it's not bad enough to where I need to put like ointment or anything on. But I can move my legs, I just can't necessarily feel them. So they broke my water, and I've just been chilling with the epidural. But I have been feeling more contractions, getting closer and stronger, and they just checked me in. I am a 9.5.
Can you do the contraction?
So not too long after I hit a 9.5, I felt the urge to push, and so we went to the OR. And whenever you're giving birth to twins, you usually give birth in the OR, and that's because just in case one of the babies gets stuck, or their heart rate starts to drop, or maybe they turn breech and they can't flip them back over, like they need to be ready to do an emergency C-section, but you are able to labor in like a regular labor room like I did. The Lord answered my prayers to where I was able to push both babies out, because I did not want a C-section, and my doctor, like, she knew from the very beginning, like, C-section is like the last option. That is not something that I want to do, something I was ready, no, just let me push him out, right? So we get in there, and I felt the urge to push, so I pushed, and then we had a Maya first who came out, and then 11 minutes later, Riley came out. But in that 11 minutes, what was happening? So Riley's heart rate started to drop, and my doctor, she was like, Soraya, you have 2 options. We can use a vacuum to get the baby out, or we can do an emergency C-section. And I was so out of it from contractions and pushing and tired. I was like, what did you just say? What were the 2 options? And she was like, let's just do the vacuum. So she grabbed the vacuum and put the vacuum on Riley's head and was able to guide her out.
This is Amaya. Oh, look at Amaya. That's your sister? Wow.
You want to go see the other baby? Well, you can go over there if you want to. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm very uncomfortable. Cramps, and then my back is hurting. It's just, oh. Breastfeeding is going well though, because the girls were, technically early. They have to have their blood sugar checked before every feeding, and their blood sugar has to be, I think it has to be like above 45 or something like that, and all through the night their blood sugars have been above that. So that's one indication that they are getting colostrum from me, which is very comforting and very good to know. I still feel like I'm kind of out of it just because of the cramping that I feel and the pain in my back. And but honestly, overall, I'm good. I really am. Right now, what's happening is both of their blood sugars are kind of dropping, which is of course cause for concern. And so now they're suggesting to supplement with a little bit of formula, just to try and get their blood sugars back up, so that they don't have to go down to the NICU. So we're doing some skin to skin right now to just try and help, see what that does. And their blood sugars earlier, all through the night, earlier today, their blood sugars, they were fine. And now they're just starting to drop. And I'm really trying not to stress, really trying not to worry. But that's worrisome. At least to me it is. That's really worrisome that is dropping, and I don't know why. Having to do an iron transfusion because my iron has been low, of course, all pregnancy. And so now doing this iron transfusion after giving birth, just makes sense. It was either an iron transfusion or it was a bag of blood, a blood transfusion. And so I wasn't really feeling the blood transfusion, and I wasn't really feeling the iron transfusion either, but I get, why we had to do it. And then I also got some pain medicine pushed into my IV, and so I'm feeling a lot better when it comes to pain because it was awful. It was so awful. The first song for their first car ride home.
I want to shout, let's shout.
Right. We had to play choir church music for Carter for him to calm down. She did stop. Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.